What is up, everybody? You're very welcome along to this Arsenal preview here on Anfield Agenda. As always, I'm going to take you through my predicted 11, my score predictions for the game coming up against Arsenal on Thursday at the Emirates, second leg of the League Cup. As you all are well aware, the first leg finished 0-0, so there's plenty of work to be done. It does look like the game is going to go ahead. No new outbreak at Arsenal according to some media today, so it looks like the game is on track to go ahead because yesterday there was some doubts about whether it would or wouldn't. Loads of stuff to get through. As always, though, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors on this stream. Spitch is a new fantasy football manager game that allows you to test your football knowledge, improve your football knowledge against other managers and win your share of a prize pool which ranges from week to week up to an amazing 70 grand. 70 grand. That's a lot of money. I could do with some of that money. Spitch offers games from multiple football leagues, including Premier League, Bundesliga, and Champions League. You can create a brand new lineup every week and you can play any weeks that you want, meaning you can pick up, go back to it, leave it where it is, not like your regular FPL where you've got to be there every single week, because only I know too well because I'm crap at it. There's also paid pitches available if you want to pay on Spitch, but you can of course play for free each and every week. Once a match day kicks off, you receive points based on the normal stuff: shots, goals, assists, tackles, all that kind of thing. There are tons of statistical analysis available. Inside, there's information on individual players, previews, all that kind of stuff as well. The only caveats are you have to be 18 years or over to play, and you have to be a resident of the UK. Link in the description below. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, we get straight into it. So if you're watching this and you just want to know the predicted 11, the score prediction, that kind of stuff, the first 10 minutes will be for you. After that, we'll go into the chat. We'll be a bit interactive. We'll have a little bit of fun. Tierney, as Quality said, you say we're running scared, yet you postponed the first game. Quite hypocritical, isn't that, Craig? Did I utter the words "they're running scared"? Did I? I mean, I don't know that I have uttered those words, mate. And with the first game being postponed, mate, you lot were just bitching and whinging about it, saying crying foul, saying that we were running scared, saying that we were trying everything. So no, it's not hypocritical when you have one fucking COVID case. Now, Tierney is Quality. Just a little tete-a-tete, if you'd like. Stop sending players on loan, mate. 5 players Arsenal have sent on loan, and you're trying to get games called off. 5 fucking players. 5, mate. 5. It's actually, funnily enough, that 5 is the same score we beat Manchester United at their gap, for anybody who was wondering. So, yes, mate, the difference between us is we had actual COVID cases. You lads cancelled the North London derby because Martin Odegaard, one player, had a COVID case. And I hope Martin Odegaard sincerely recovers soon. And also, if you knew anything about this channel, mate, you would know that I don't do the stream titles. That's Connor's department. I just show up and let the hilarity ensue. That's all I do. So yeah, title of the stream: Arsenal are running scared, mate. They ran away from Spurs. Now they're worrying about us. Just accept it. Just be honest. That's all. Just be honest. Just be honest and say that you've tried everything. Tried every tactic in the book and it didn't work. And also, if you're talking about hypocrisy, my friend, I mean, Arsenal fans, hypocrisy be thy name. Anyway, look, let's move on and have a look at my predicted team and score prediction for the game. So let's have a look at this and see what we all think. Right. So here's what I'm going with, ladies and gentlemen. We will start off with the score prediction, and hopefully this works for me. So 1 second. Right. So we'll start off with the score prediction, and as you can see, I'm not thinking it's going to be an easy evening's work for the Reds. 2-1 is my prediction. Look, Arsenal will be up for it. Arsenal's fans, actually, I thought were really good at Anfield. You could hear them loud, clear, getting behind their team. So I'm hoping that the travelling Copites will do the exact same, which I'm sure that they will. So I'm expecting a win. I am. Don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. I've seen some people predicting 3-0, 4-0. Look, first leg was frustrating as hell. We know that. Arsenal defended very, very well after going down to 10 men, and we weren't able to break them down. That's the long and short of it. There's no excuses. Just wasn't good enough on the day. The lads will want to put that right, I'm sure, at the Emirates. So look, here's where I'm going to go with for my predicted 11. Bear in mind that Divock Origi, while he has returned to training, this game looks like it'll be a little bit too soon for him. Harvey Elliott, as we know, won't be available either. Divock Origi I've spoken about. Thiago is ruled out. Who else is there? We still wait on news of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's ankle injury. So I've erred on the side of caution, and the 11 that I'm going to put out won't have an Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in it, purely because I don't know what the situation is with Alex's ankle. I hope it's okay, but look, this is what I've gone with. Obviously in goal, it's going to be Alisson, isn't it? You know, it is. Whatever we think, you know, we can talk about maybe giving Creevy and Kelleher the cup game, it'll be Alisson. I wouldn't change the centre-back pairing either. I think Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip have been great together. Matip, to me, most consistent player for us in defence this season, as I keep saying. Full-backs, I would stick with Robbo and Trent. Robbo's assist for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain at the weekend was sensational. I mean, he said that Chamberlain said to him, mate, I'm getting the run on the lad at the far post, swinging them early crosses. And Alex was as good as his word, got on the end of it. Trent needs to up his game a little bit. Wasn't very impressed with him against Arsenal, but we know what Trent's capable of, and he will hold himself to the highest of standards as well. So, you know, it's got to be interesting. It is. Moving into midfield, Fabinho for me, Hendo on the right, and Curtis Jones on the left. Now, if Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's available, maybe forces his way in. But either way, I don't want to see James Milner in the starting 11 alongside Jordan Henderson. It just doesn't work. With all the due respect and love in the world, those two in the midfield together, you know, it just screams no creativity. So Curtis Jones on the left for me, Henderson on the right, Fabinho in the Houlden role. That's what I'd like to see. Moving into the front three, Kate Gordon on the right. I did hum and haw about the idea of Nico Williams, but ultimately I came to the conclusion that I don't think Jurgen Klopp will play Nico Williams if he's looking for a move away, particularly in such a big crunch game. And the future will lie with Kate Gordon, so why not give him an opportunity? As Paddy and Steve spoke about last night, why not give him his time to shine? So we go Kate Gordon on the right, Diogo Jota on the left, and obviously Bobby Firmino through the centre. That's the 11 that I pull on to take on Arsenal. That's the 11 that I think will get the win. If Matip is rested and we go Canade, of course, no problems there whatsoever. If Costa starts instead of Robbo, again, no problems whatsoever. That's the beauty of having these good rotation players, these good backup players in the squad. We have absolute confidence if Canade plays, absolute confidence if Costas plays. But the midfield is the one area of concern for me. I don't think we have enough dynamism without Naby Keita, without Thiago, without Harvey Elliott. We've got a lot of effort, a lot of legs, a lot of experience, but ultimately we've seen the Arsenal game 20 times as Liverpool fans. A team that either goes down a man or has set their stall out to defend deep, and Liverpool unable to break them down. So we've got to find ways around that. You're hoping, of course, that with this being at the Emirates, maybe Arsenal will be on the front foot a little bit more. Again, we'll wait and see. It is a second leg. It could go all the way to penalties as well. No away goals in it. So it's all set up for a cracking game of football, I think, on Thursday night. Just a heads up as well. Later on tonight, 8:45 p.m. on YouTube, myself, Chris Stonage, and the other guys from the LFC Transfer Room are going to be bringing you all the latest LFC transfer news stories. And there actually has been a few today. So tune in for that one later on. Just going to switch studios back to my normal news studio now. So look, that's my predicted 11 score prediction. If you're watching this back later on, let me know your thoughts on the 11. Let me know your thoughts on the score prediction. If you tweak the system a little bit, who you'd play and what score you think it'll be. Right, and also hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. Right, let's get back to the news video anyway. Right, dip into the chat now. See how everybody's feeling. It's all jokes, Craig. Who's better, Saka or Foden? Honestly, mate, I like both of them. I think Saka's a quality player. I think Foden's a quality player. I think Foden's a little bit ahead right now, in all honesty. But look, what a generation of talent there is coming through for England right now. Saka, Foden, Mount, Jones, Elliott, numerous other players as well. So look, it's a good time for young English footballers. And it's even better that they're getting some opportunities as well. So, yeah, two good players, mate. I won't knock Saka. I really do rate the lad. And, of course, Smith Rowe, I think, so a quality young footballer as well. Craig, will you be coming to Leeds for Warrington versus Martinez too? I don't know, John. I didn't know that it was even announced, in all honesty, buddy. Might do, because I feel like I've got a bit of unfinished business with the Josh Warrington stuff because of, obviously, the end against Lara that nobody wanted. So, yeah, maybe. Right, what else we got? The problem, what Irish fans said, is Kelleher is happy to be second choice, meaning he chooses money over finding a new club. No, not necessarily. I mean, to me, that's a very cynical view of it. I would look at it that Caoimhín Kelleher is receiving a goalkeeping education under Taffarel and Allison that he could have only dreamt of. So, to me, you hear the words coming out of the Liverpool goalkeeping camp that they want to make this a destination for goalkeepers. They want to become the premier destination for young goalkeepers looking to make their way. So I don't I don't believe that he's there for money. In all honesty, Caoimhín Kelleher, I think he's there to improve himself and hopefully get an opportunity at some point. And if he doesn't, I'm sure there will be no shortage of clubs who would be willing to give Caoimhín a chance. So look, I'm not as cynical with regards to this whole money over career thing. Ultimately, these guys want to get to the very top level in anything that they do. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like the sniviness towards young Caoimhín Kelleher there from you whatsoever, saying he's choosing money over career. He's only here a wet day. He's only getting used to it. So yeah, look, it's your opinion. You're entitled to it. My opinion is I think you're being cynical. Have you been in America? No, I haven't. Yes, I have. But if you're talking about recently, no, I was in Lanzarote. But yes, I've been to America 5 or 6 times, maybe 7 times. Kate has scored a banger. Yeah, I heard that one actually. Fair play. Delighted for Naby. Giddy doing well. Definitely going to ease their passage through. But look, let's focus on this Arsenal game. Look, tonight transfers, I promise you, you won't be left wanting. We have a big list to go through tonight. The lads at ELLIOTT transfer room are ready. We've moved the show onto YouTube to make sure we can reach as many people as possible with it. And yeah, look, tonight, 8:45, don't miss it, because we will be going through all the names you're thinking of, the Nkunkus, many, many more. So yeah, 8:45 for that. Tonight, though, let's just try and stick to the Arsenal game for this one. Let me know your thoughts on it. Eugene said, Kelleher improvement has been great to see. Indeed it has. And look, he's been very unfortunate as well, because he was about to get his proper run for the Irish team under Stephen Kenny, but he had an injury at the time, and Bazunu got his opportunity and grasped it with both hands. I mean, Gavin Bazunu has been fantastic for Ireland, so I feel for Caoimhín in that sense, but his time will come. He's good enough that his time will come. How are we running scared? Nobody has tested positive. Yet you still look to have the game cancelled, mate, against Spurs. So, look, Arsenal fans, I know you're a bit hurt right now. I know that you're absolutely mortified because of the shambles of your fan base last week. I get it. I know you're looking to lash out. You're looking to be hurt. It's okay. I'm here if you need a hug. It's all right. We heard your petty antics when we had false positives. We heard it. We seen it all. Running scared, giving it all. Yep. Ultimately, we played the game with the same players we would have played the game. Now, unlike us, you lads are loaning players out a go-go and looking for North London derbies to be cancelled. And sounding out about the League Cup game, not a great look. But look, hypocrisy be thy name. Come have a pop at me all you want, but at the end of the day, at night time, when you put your head in your pillow, Mammy tucks you in, gives you that little pat on the head, tells you that you're the most special little boy in the world. You and I and everybody else knows that it was pathetic, that it was an embarrassment, that it was absolutely wishful thinking from your half that we in any way feared your excuse of it. We've already bitch slapped you once this season. So I won't ever let that go. Never. Because the behaviour of the Arsenal fan base about us having a game postponed, when it's the only game as a club that we asked to be postponed, the only one after many, many cases ourselves and lots of injuries. But Arsenal fans, God bless them, they thought we were scared of them. Honestly, it just makes me fucking smile. It is. Look, you're welcome to that shit show of a channel to have your fan base and go over there and, share your stupidity with each other. It's, I'm here to help. I'm here to, put you on the right path and give you the honest view on it from the outside world. Because I know that you Arsenal fans live in your own little world of make-believe. Because, let's be honest, it is fucking make-believe. Thinking some of the signings that you've been talking about are going to come to Arsenal. Thinking that Arsenal are on the way back up. You ran Wenger out of the club. A man that was getting you Champions League football every single fucking year. And that wasn't good enough. What would you give for Champions League football now? What would you give for those type of players, the Vieiras, the Henrys? What would you give for them to be back at the Emirates right now? No, you've got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. You've got Lacazette. Go Team Awesome. Right. And look, I'll never let that go. Never. That's, for me, that behaviour from Arsenal fans was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Calling for everything, investigations, seeking blood. 16, 17 other games have been called off, but all of a sudden we're the fucking villains. We're the villains. Don't know what else to say. I will laugh about that till the day I die, honestly. The Premier League should start deducting 9 points to clubs who claim they can't put out a team, see how quickly they find players. Then, look, I agree, by the way. I agree with Gary Neville, I agree with Steve last night, and I agree with anybody who thinks we should be just getting on with it. I do think that the club should be getting on with it, and I do think that there has been some tomfoolery all around. All around. Nobody's squeaky clean, as far as I'm concerned here. There's a lot of looking out for their own clubs going on. It reminds me a little bit, dare I say it, of the type of anti-Liverpool nonsense that was going on when we were about to win the league, and, you know, AFTV and all of their chums were on there saying, only thing you can do is null and void the league. It's not the only thing you can do. If you had a fucking brain cell in your head, you would realise that that was self-serving. That was you guys just looking for a way out because your season was pants. Same with Karen Brady and all the other mouthy fools that wanted Liverpool's league title that we've thoroughly deserved to be taken away. We don't forget. We never forget these things. According to Arsenal fans now, it's the system's fault, but they had the same one who abused Klopp and his dead mother who died of COVID-19 saying he's cheating. Arsenal fan base is full of hypocrites and toxicity. Now, no fan base has all idiots. I know some really nice Arsenal fans. I get on really well with Lee Gunner, as an example. I know Lee Gunner, some people like him, some people don't. I like Lee. I've always got on with Lee. He's always reached out to me if I've been down. I class Lee as a top lad, I do. So there's not all Arsenal fans are arseholes. I'm not saying that. Obviously, Claude and the Bansters channel as well. Good friends of ours. Lots of time for the lads over there. But you know what I'm talking about. You know, the channel who've been under the microscope for the last 24 hours. The channel that some of you fuckers actually had the cheek to come on here and tell me that because I told you guys that I believe Robbie knew about it, that I was in some way a big bad man. Let's see what DT's son says. My only thoughts in all of this situation are to the woman affected and to DT's son. I do not know DT's son from Adam. Never met the guy, never spoken to him. But as a father, I am sure that that young man right now is going through a difficult time, that young man is being mixed, full of emotion, and I hope and I pray that he has somebody to put an arm around his shoulder and somebody to listen, because it must be extreme, like all seriousness, it must be extremely difficult what he's going through. I would urge people to be respectful towards him on social media. Understand how he's feeling right now. He could be angry. Obviously, none of us like to find out that our parents aren't perfect. Difficult situation. As Mark said, there aren't any winners in this situation. There just aren't. But the people that have a pop at me because I have the balls to actually speak out and tell you that Robbie's a fucking snake, you will find out in your own time. It will become public knowledge. All these things find a way of working their way out. Some of us inside the industry have known for a very long time the behaviour that goes on in some other channels. Some of us speak out about it. Some of us go other routes. But you want to come have a pop at me? Make sure your own fucking house is in order, dickheads. Other words, do one. Simple. Right. Did I watch Salah's goal? Yes, it was beautiful. Great show. Really was a great shot. Keeper should have done better. But I don't care about that as a Mo Salah fan, do I? What else have we got? Are you still annoyed? Well, I don't know what that's about. Your hate for AFTV is too deep, buddy. No, it's rational. It's entirely rational. But look, as I said, each to their own. That's my opinion. I will move on as people have asked me to do in the chat. But it's not running deep, mate. I like Troops. Troops is sound. Anytime I've met Troops, lovely. Top lad. But I know what behaviour goes on behind the scenes because I've seen many people devastated by other people's actions. So if you want to lick ass, you go ahead. If you want to bow down to Don Robbie, you go right ahead. But I can go to bed at night, put my head on the pillow and know that I treat my team well, that we pay our people well, that we look after those that are involved with us, that we have their best interests at heart. Can everybody say that? Nope. So look, come at me all you want. I couldn't give a fuck. I tell it like it is. Don't like it? Get fucked. How many players are Arsenal missing? It's difficult to say in all honesty, moving back to the game, because let me just get this list out for 1 second about the Arsenal team situation right now. 1 sec, sorry folks. Just rushing back through. Apologies, I'm just scrolling back to find this information. Where did he send this to me? Where did Connor send this to me? Sorry, folks. I'm on the fly here trying to grab this as I'm talking to you. Connor sent me a list earlier on. I can't find it for the life of me. So anyway, look, long and short of it is Arsenal loaned out another 3 players today. So I think Mustafi was one of them. We know that they've already loaned out Balogun and they've already loaned out Maitland-Niles as well. Now, I can't remember who the other 2 were, but they've loaned out 5 players. So look, all we can assume is if they've loaned out 5 players, they must be confident enough they can put a team together. And look, every football club is, of course, perfectly. Mari and Olsen were the other ones. Kolasinac, Mari and Olsen. Thank you, Connor. So look, every football club is, of course, fully entitled to send players out on loan, players that they don't feel fits into the club. Sound. No issues with that. But you can't then go and use that or the fact that, Xhaka picked up a red card, as an example, as a reason for not being able to field the team. And look, I hope the game goes ahead. I'm sure it probably will go ahead on Thursday. And may the best team win. Sincerely, may the best team win. It shouldn't be about our fan base, their fan base, you did this, we did that. Let it be played out on the pitch. That's all that we want to see. And if Arsenal win, I promise you, I'll be the first one on here congratulating them on their victory and wishing them all the best in the final. And if we win, I'll be the first one on here as well, bragging about that. But honestly, that's where I am with it. I understand. The self-servingness is a thing. It's a thing. Football clubs do it. We all look out for our own interests at times. So, look, let's just see what happens on Thursday. Let me know your predictions as well. AFTV better. Well, the fact that that's literally the whole fucking sentence that you've put together, mate, makes me think, Alex, that you'll fit right in at AFTV, mate. A 2-word sentence that actually doesn't fucking mean anything or comprehend anything probably suits them right well, mate. So, AFTV better. You go over there and you share that inside, buddy, with the rest of the world because you're doing God's work there, Alex. God's work, my friend. When was the last time Arsenal won the league? I don't even remember, mate. And look, I'm not here. Up until this whole thing with Arsenal fans really pushing at our club and trying to call us cheats, I had no issues with the Arsenal fan base whatsoever. None. I was genuinely shocked to see the vitriol that was aimed towards Liverpool fans and Liverpool as a football club. And Klopp in particular, by the way. I don't understand why the hate was there when, as I said, 16, 17 other games were cancelled. Some of them affected us, and when they did affect us, when our game against Leeds was postponed, what did we do? We wished the Leeds players well, wished them a speedy recovery, and went back about our business because this shit happens. And COVID has been a mad experience for everybody over the past 2 years, but it just seems like, if in doubt, point the finger and blame Liverpool fans and blame Liverpool as a club and try and make us out to be cheats. It's not right. It is. It's pathetic. Let's be honest. Right, what have we got? Really hope Nico Williams finds a move. As a Welsh fan, I hope it happens as none of our players are right back playing regularly. Yeah, so for Nico, right now it's it's a weird one because I thought Nico played really well when he came on against Arsenal for those last 10-15 minutes or so last Thursday. But I do understand entirely that Nico Williams will be looking to cement his Welsh place, will be looking to, just make sure he plays football. So look, Nico Williams, Nat Phillips, these type of players, if they decide that they want to move on in search of first team football, for me personally, I'll just say thank you for your service at the club and wish them the best because football careers are short. Any Twitch streams this week? Yes, Hannah, we'll be doing the watch along on Twitch, and I'll be doing the United game tomorrow as well on Twitch, the Brentford United game. So, yeah, jump across and join us for that one. What have we got? Man United said, did you see Conte on Arsenal's postponement? He said, I've been in the league and seen a club postponed because of injuries. Well, look, again, what we think as fans is the only opinion that really matters is that of the authorities that made the decisions, and the Premier League deemed it suitable for Arsenal's North London derby to be postponed. We can only take that at face value, but it's a little bit ironic. I will say that. And thank you for pointing out I missed the super chat, by the way. You know me, I'm awful stuff like this. So if I do miss them, I know that you lads won't let it go. Why don't I like Robbie? Because I know what Robbie's really like from not really experiences of mine, because I don't really have any doings with him, but I know what he's been like to other people. He fucked Claude under the bus, and if anybody thinks other words, sorry, shame on you. That Claude was a good man. Claude was a good man that made a mistake, and at a time when he needed the support of those around him, he didn't get it. So that tells me everything I need to know. Plus, he'll be proven to be a liar very soon, and karma's a bitch. That's all I'm saying. Look, I'd love to say a lot more. I would, but it's not for me to do. I'll let those closest to the situation play it out how they want to, because, you know, I'm just, I won't lie, I'm pissing myself laughing looking at the shambles that is AFTV at the minute. But I don't, the situation is obviously, you know, it's a very sad situation for those involved in it. So from that perspective, yeah, but I mean, man fucking calls himself Don Robbie. Don fucking Robbie. He's about as much charisma as that bottle of Volvic. My fucking baby finger has more charisma than Robbie Lyle. He, like, any of us can stick a microphone in someone's face and hope they say something stupid and then run to the bank and make money off it. That's not fan content as far as I'm concerned. That's one man looking out for his own best interests and lining his pockets at the expense of other people. And anybody who thinks otherwise is very fucking much mistaken, in my opinion. And that's all this is. It's my opinion. Keller's 23 years old with a lack of first team experiences, only 4 league appearances. I think Irish fans were unhappy that he signed a contract last summer. No ambition. You say Irish fans were unhappy. I'm an Irish fan. I wasn't unhappy, so a blanket statement isn't probably the way to go. Could I see how some really hardcore Irish football fans would have liked to have seen him move on to gain experience like Bazunu has? I can understand that way of thinking. I can. And that may be the case down the line for Caoimhín Kelleher. He may get the opportunity to move and play some games. We've got, obviously, Pitaluga coming through. So, yeah, I don't know is the honest answer. But for me, I think Caoimhín Kelleher is in a great place now to get a goalkeeping education. Have I ever met a Liverpool player? None of the current lot. No, none of the current lot. I've met Fowler, McManaman, Cisse, Smeetser, Luis Garcia, Didi Hamann, McAteer. Yeah, they're the 8 that I can think of. But no, none of the current lot. I've been in press conferences where Klopp's been there and stuff, but no, I've never had the pleasure of meeting any of them. I'd probably be too much of a fanboy, in all honesty. I mean, I had the chance to ask Jurgen Klopp a question and I bottled it. I won't lie, I bottled it at the time. The guy that was with me actually asked the question, but yeah, he does have an aura about him. I will say that, Jurgen Klopp. I mean, I don't usually get starstruck at all, but that man has a presence about him, an aura that, yeah, I just sat back and just went, yeah, genuinely, it was a mad moment. He has Allison to teach him. Yep. George said the problem is with Nico. And by the way, lash a few suggestions to the starting 11 into the chat, folks. If you have any, any ulterior or any different options to the one that I've gone with, because I know maybe I didn't include Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain because I don't know what the situation is with his injury. I know some people maybe will give Minamino a run out, and I'd genuinely love to hear your opinions on it. Is the match against Arsenal going to be postponed? It looks like it's going to go ahead. Let me just read this out because Connor sent it to me not too long ago. So this is from Mark Man Byron's. Told the Arsenal are now optimistic their Carabao Cup semi-final second leg against Liverpool will go ahead as planned on Thursday night. No new COVID cases and players returning from short-term injury, as well as differing EFL rules, means the game is likely to be played. So look, there you go. That's the latest on it, and hopefully it does go ahead. And again, may the best team win. It's pretty much a one-legged semi-final now after the first one, and yeah, look, let's see what happens. And tonight, 8:45 is the big transfer show of the week. Ourselves and LFT Transfer Room combining forces to just get as much information out to everyone as possible, I suppose, and hear as many views as possible. Play Trent in midfield and Nico Williams at right back. See, I get where you're coming from. I absolutely do. But with Trent, the way he plays, he's nearly a midfielder anyway, so yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. And look, we know that Trent has played in midfield throughout his career, younger days mainly. And we know that maybe someday Trent will move into midfield. But I just don't see it being any time soon, in all honesty. I'd rather play Trent at right back and move Nico into the right wing position. Because I think he's very direct. And as I said, I've been impressed with a few cameos I've seen Nico playing on the right side of attacker further up the pitch. Rafinha or Anthony? Rafinha for me because he's more Premier League proven. Anthony only at Ajax since the start of the season, if my memory's correct. But look, as I said, we'll go through all the transfer stuff later on tonight. If Oxlade-Chamberlain is fit, he plays before Minamino. I would agree with you, Steve. Yeah, for me, if Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's fit, yeah, give him a run on the right side of attack probably again. I thought he was okay actually against Brentford. I think he's been fairly okay this season, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I mean, he hasn't ripped up any trees, but certainly, as I keep saying, I've seen more defensive work from him and more tactical awareness from him perhaps than in times gone by. Are the watch-alongs no longer on YouTube? We did a watch-along on YouTube on Sunday, Elijah John. We're trialing some games on Twitch because you'll notice that we won't have any sponsors on our watch-alongs for the next few because we're unsure where the best place for us to develop the channel will be. Will it be on Twitch? Will it be on YouTube? We'll make content on both regardless, but we're just trialing a few things out, mate. So Thursday night's game will be on Twitch. Sunday's game will most probably be on YouTube, in all honesty, the league game against Crystal Palace. I've just heard some news that Jose Mourinho might be Everton's next manager. I don't know that Mourinho would leave Roma at the minute, to be fair. I know he's been a bit outspoken at Roma at times, but yeah, I think Jose Mourinho is probably more suited to Serie A right now than he is to Premier League. And look, in all honesty, not wanting to just take cheap shots at Everton, but if anybody honestly believes that the problems at Everton were entirely because of Rafael Benitez, I think they're in for a rude awakening. Now, Rafa could have done better. I get Rafa can be divisive. I absolutely get that. Some people will think he's a destabilising factor. I understand and appreciate that. But I think the problems at Everton run quite deep. Mishiri seems to be just throwing money around stupidly, excuse me. And look, let's see, maybe it'll be Wayne Rooney, maybe it'll be Lampard, maybe they'll give Duncan Ferguson a go. But certainly, Everton fans are after having Carlo Ancelotti and Rafael Benitez, two Champions League winning managers at the club, and for whatever reason, injuries, poor business by Mishiri in the market, it just hasn't worked out. Now, Ancelotti showed some promising signs, I'll give them that. But right now, I think the dressing room needs to be looked at a bit as well at Everton. Some leaders need to be brought in, but it's a whole lot of not our problem as Liverpool fans. Where does Rafa go from here? Yeah, it's a good question for Rafa. I honestly don't know, mate. I don't know where he goes. Yeah, I mean, look, since Rafael Benitez has left Liverpool, spent some time at Chelsea, I mean, yeah, has it been a success massively? I would say probably not, in all honesty, but nothing will taint my love for Rafael Benitez ever. Even going and managing the Blue Shite, nothing is going to change my view of Rafa and what he is as a person and as a man and as as a manager. So yeah. Any news on Salah? No, nothing, mate. And look, we'll touch on that as well tonight because we all seen Remy Abbas's tagging of Fabrizio Romano on social media yesterday. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that one. But look, from people that I speak to, journalists, friends, there's a lot of optimism around the Mohamed Salah contract situation. And I understand that both sides of the situation are probably playing the media a little bit to some extent, you know, letting some details that they're not happy with be known. And look, this is part of the dance in contract negotiations. So, you know, I like what I hear from Jurgen Klopp about it when he says that signs are good. Everybody's, you know, in good spirits about it. And I truly do believe that Mohamed Salah will sign a new contract. I really, really, really do. I won't be that optimistic with regards to incomings in this window, but, you know, I do think that there's no rhyme or reason for Salah not to get what he deserves, in all honesty. The problem with Nico is he needs to play regularly at another club instead of just chasing money to sit on the bench. But I don't think he is chasing money, George, because he's told the club that he'd be open to a move away. So I genuinely don't know if Nico is chasing money. I think Nico's looking for a move away and the club are looking to get what they would deem a fair price for Nico Williams. I don't know Nico Williams as a man, but he certainly comes across to me as a lad that genuinely wants to improve and better himself on the football pitch. So, yeah, I mean, I wish Nico the best, whatever he does, because he seems like a good lad. Is there any Thiago news? No, Maddie, it's been very quiet on the hip injury around Thiago, and this isn't uncommon under the current stewardship at Liverpool. You know, we often get told very, very minimal amounts of information around injuries, and you know, all we've heard from Jurgen Klopp on it really was that the reports that he's ruled out for the rest of the season are wide of the mark. Other than that, I don't really know anything else about the Thiago situation other than it's a hip injury. Gini never got what he deserved, and there's been a dark cloud over the team since he left. Agreed, Crick. I feel Gini was harshly treated. Others will differ, and that's sound. But we can't really compare Gini to Mo with regards to their value to the club right now. Gini was a trusted lieutenant of Jurgen Klopp, no doubt about it. Always available, fit as a fiddle. But, you know, Mohamed Salah has been the torchbearer for the football club for the past few years. His goals and assists have been instrumental to our success. He's evolving as a player and his numbers are consistent. So, yeah, I mean, that comparison of what their value is, I think is very heavily in favour of Mohamed Salah. City were frightening against Chelsea. Who do you see them dropping points to? Potentially us, maybe, and not really many other teams, if I'm being honest. Look, whatever we think about Manchester City, their ownership and the way that they funded the team, as a football fan, as somebody who enjoys the beautiful game, if I was to sit here and say that the way Manchester City play isn't beautiful, isn't endearing, isn't attractive, I would be lying, because I love the game. I love it played well. And Pep Guardiola and that Manchester City team play the game very, very well. I have my own takes about how the team was built and about the way it's been done, but the players, the manager, look, they're a damn good team. They're a damn good team. And it's difficult, isn't it, when you're up against that? The depth that they have, the consistency that they have, 12 games in a row, I think now, winning streak in the Premier League. It's a tall ask. It is a tall, tall ask. You need a little bit of luck. And look, it's not over till it's over, but I'm certainly not confident of clawing back, if we win the game in hand, the 8 points. It would take a pretty big stumble for Manchester City. But look, all the Klopp and the team can do is just keep plugging away, get one game at a time and trying to build some momentum. Do you think we'll sign anybody in the summer? Yes. Yeah, look, I will be the first one to call out FSG, and I'll be the first one to hear with you guys agreeing that the transfer business right now is a shambles. But 100%, I think we do a good chunk of business next summer. I do. I mean, it would just be suicidal not to do it, because there's clear deficiencies there that need to be addressed. So yes, I do think we'll make signings next summer. I do. Do I think they'll be Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland's? No. But maybe Bowen's, Tielemans, Danjuma's, and Nkunku's, that caliber of 30 to 45, 50 million quid players, I think there'll be a few of them coming through the door in the summer. Did FSG not use Genie as a poster boy on how they are going to deal with contracts with older players? Again, though, Crick, I appreciate where you're coming from, mate, and I agree with you that I don't think Genie was treated as he should have been. That's my opinion. But again, I would say that in these situations, leverage is important. And Mohamed Salah has a lot of leverage right now because each week that goes by, his hand gets stronger because he's getting closer to being able to, 1 year from now, less than a year from now, he can sign a pre-contract agreement with a club outside of England, leave and get himself a huge payday, and he will have no shortage of offers. So I think we can't really compare the two, although I do agree that Genie should have been treated better. When is the game? Thursday night, mate. Craig, I'm going to crack up with the Salah situation. Evan, I'm right with you. I think we're all with you, Evan. Everybody is furiously refreshing pages and reading about articles and, looking at Remy Abbas and looking at Fabrizio Romano and, just trying to see if there's any little tidbits or snippets of information that we can read into. But, yeah. Salah's 30 in June, Mane 30 in April. Well, Mane will be gone, in my eyes. Again, I don't think we can compare Mane and Salah right now because Mane is coming off the back of 18 months of up and down form, whereas Mohamed Salah, and look, people will say to me he's third or fourth top scorer in the Premier League, absolutely, but the drop off from where he is now to where Salah is, it's not really comparable. And Salah's on the world stage, marketability and all that kind of stuff, Salah is the bigger personality. So as I said, it's about leverage, isn't it? And the club are looking to leverage their position of maybe thinking to themselves, well, who are the options really for Mohamed Salah? Is it going to be Real Madrid or Barcelona? Probably not, because they're in rebuilding phase and they've other targets. PSG would certainly be of interest or interested in Mohamed Salah, but would Mohamed Salah want to go and play in the French league? Would he deem that a step up from Liverpool? Would he be idolised as much as he is at Liverpool? FSG are probably looking at the situation like that. Mohamed Salah will rightly be looking at the situation and saying, well, I've delivered. You told me when I came in here, you like to incentivise contracts and you like to reward players who hit the mark. He's hit those marks. He's achieved. He's broken records and records and records. Scored in big moments. Helped deliver a Premier League and a Champions League. And certainly increased the club's profile in Africa and other parts of the world because of who he is. So, again, leverage-wise, they're both trying to just up the ante a little bit. And you just hope that we're not too far away, that there's some sensibility and some rationale on both sides that we see this resolved, because Klopp wants Salah to stay, Salah wants Salah to stay, we want Salah to stay, I'm sure his teammates want Salah to stay. So we just wait and we just hope that it's not another embarrassing faux pas by the owners. Do you think Mane has suffered from losing his favourite berth on the left to accommodate Salah, who's left dominant? So Mane's favourite berth was on the right, and you're right, he did get shifted across to allow Mohamed Salah to be at his best, because Salah prefers coming in off the right hand side. But I don't think that can be used as the reason for why we've seen a drop off in Mane, because he hit huge numbers and did really well on that left side as well. And again, when you're looking at these positions, you've got to look at the relationships around the pitch. And if Mane had a fit Naby Keita tucked in behind him on the left, along with Andy Robertson, and then you move to the right and you see, let's say, Harvey Elliott, Mohamed Salah and Trent, there are really good relationships being built between those players. So sometimes it's a matter of knowing that if you make a run, if you're Mane or Salah, that the person that has the ball knows what you're going to do. And that only comes from repetition, practice, training and playing together. Who's Mo's agent? I don't know if Mo technically has an agent. So Remy Abbas, as far as I'm aware, is his legal counsel, and certainly looks after negotiations for him, but I don't know if he's technically his agent, so to speak. But he certainly acts in such a way. 30 in 2022 is not 30 in the 90s. That's very true. It's not old at all. Players are dropping off now, 35, 36. Yeah, and again, you'd look at the type of player. So you'd look at Mohamed Salah and think, he's a man who's looked after himself. He's a man that's always in shape. He's a man that hasn't got a whole lot of miles on the clock for a 29, almost 30-year-old. So, yeah, he strikes me as the type of player like Cristiano Ronaldo that would be able to play 33, 34, 35 at a very high level. Ronaldo, I think, has dropped off a bit now. But I think Salah still has many years to go. I agree. Oh, look, another little Arsenal fan who's a little bit butthurt in the chat there. Arsenal running scared? You guys was 2 weeks ago. The fuck? Were we though? But were we running scared, mate? Or did we actually have a load of fucking positive cases? You absolute fucking Omadon. Just shut up. If you're that triggered by one sentence, mate, imagine what I could do to wind you up if I actually put some effort into it. Because trust me, I didn't even know that was the title of the stream. Connor had to go with that. But if you really want me to wind you up, mate, it would be my pleasure. Would be my pleasure, sir. How good has Thiago Silva been at 37? Yeah, good piece of business for Chelsea. And they've renewed as well. Yeah. And again, I think Cavani at United was another one that I probably scoffed at originally. But I think what I've seen of Cavani, he's a serious operator. He puts a lot of effort in, and yeah, I think I underestimated an impact that Cavani could have as well. Brandon said, I don't understand the constant comparisons of our players. Football is a team sport, constructed with different personalities, with different skill sets, moulded into a cohesive unit. That is on the money. Brandon absolutely nailed it, mate. Couldn't agree with you more. Incorrect said Jamrock, 30-year-old in Klopp system is different from another. Yes, I understand where you're coming from, but Salah isn't dropping off Jamrock and isn't showing signs of dropping off. So maybe with Gini Wijnaldum, we don't have all the analysis and all the numbers and all the metrics that they would have to measure players and their performance levels. But I would certainly say that for me, Mohamed Salah has shown no signs of dropping off or shown his age. So I get where you're coming from. Again, I appreciate what you're saying, but again, I don't think we can compare Salah to Gini if a 30-year-old Gini is what you're talking about. That's all right, Hamza, mate. I'm only on a wind-up, buddy. It's all good. Honestly, I take this stuff with a pinch of salt, dude. And yeah, hope all is well. And look, may the best team win on Thursday. In all seriousness, may the best team win. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go prepare for tonight's stream. 8:45 here on YouTube. Myself, Chris Stonich, and the guys from LFT Transfer Room giving you the lowdown on all the latest. And the guys are going to come prepared. That's all I know. And I'm going to blag it like I always do. So look, much love to you all. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. Don't forget, we'll be on Twitch for the game on Thursday. And I'll be on Twitch tomorrow night. So make sure that you go over and give Anfield Agenda a follow on Twitch. And yeah, look, enjoy your evening. Hope to see you at 8:45.